Thanks for inviting me.
Let's start with the youth, especially on the defense. I mean, some of the best players are freshmen. This must have been a pretty good class overall.
Yeah, I don't think anyone outside the program may have expected Mike Locksley to start so many freshmen, particularly on the defensive side. But I think it's a clear indication, and he's talked about this before, how you have to sort of balance bringing in transfers as well as recruiting freshmen. And you want the sort of the wise veteran leadership that transfers bring. But you also have, has said he had to play the freshmen. You have to give them an opportunity. Otherwise, they might begin to wonder if they could play elsewhere. So he's done that, but I think it's also a case where these freshmen have proven that they belong on the field, and they're just as capable as some of their older teammates, and you're seeing the fruits of that labor thus far.
Ed, how much of it, the necessity and what we're seeing in terms of the run-pass ratio, kind of the lack of wanting to run the football versus, Washington and getting it out to the receivers, playing to your strengths. Have you been able to run the ball, do you think, and just won't commit to it, or are you doing what you have to do to get wins?
If I had to sort of put my analyst hat on, I would say that there's been some struggles in the run game thus far. I mean, it actually kind of makes you wish that they still had Roman Hemby from last year before he transferred to Indiana. Nolan Ray and Dwan Williams, they've shown flashes, but they just haven't been consistent. And I think because the run game has not produced as much as they would hope, they have had to rely on Malik Washington and the receivers to sort of lift the offense. And, through the first 4 games, that was working. And through the first 3.5 quarters against Washington, that was working. But it all disappeared in the last quarter and a half. So they had to go back to the drawing board. And, as Mike Locksley has said before, the Big Ten is about running the football, particularly as the weather gets bad. So they really need to figure out a way to get this kind of production from the running game, because you can't just put everything on the arm of a freshman quarterback every time.
I wanted to ask you this too, Ed, about those receivers. You guys have there's 22 drop passes by Maryland this year, which has got to be one of the leading marks in the country. How big of an issue have the drops been, and how have they addressed that and talked about that in the weeks leading up to this game?
Yeah, unfortunately, the receiving group is not like last year. Last year you had Ty Felton, Caden Prather. Those were the top 2 guys, and obviously Ty Felton went to the Minnesota Vikings. I don't think Caden Prather. I think he got a tryout, but I don't think he lasted very long with the team. But the guys that are playing right now, they're good. They just, like you said, they've dropped too many passes. Some of the passes have been a little difficult, but some of them are catchable. And so, Mike joked that he's considered, buying a jugs machine and placing it in the receiving room just so that those guys can practice all the time. But it's clearly an issue. It's something that they need to address. But I think it's also something that just comes with experience. A lot of these guys were not starters last year. They got spot playing time here and there, and now they're being asked to produce as much as they can. And they also brought in some transfers who are new to the system. So I'd be curious to see just how long it takes for them to develop this aspect.
And it's interesting. You hear the age-old adage, you want to run the ball, stop the run, and, of course, have kicking game. And Nebraska special teams has been vastly improved. Actually, it's been a strength. When you pit it against what you think Maryland brings to the table, especially from the kick coverage standpoint, what do you think we'll see from Maryland?
Are you talking about in terms of Maryland's kick coverage? Or
correct.
Nebraska's?
Their kicking game, correct.
Yeah, I mean, Maryland has been okay in terms of covering the ball. They haven't given up anything too bad that I can remember. I do remember last year, I think it was an issue. They gave up some decent yardage, like where offenses were starting, outside, like outside the 30-yard line rather than the 20 or 25. So I think it's something that they've addressed. I think they feel comfortable where they are. Obviously, I think Nebraska has a very good kick return game, so this will be a challenge for that unit this Saturday.
Ed, we appreciate it. Enjoy the game on Saturday.
Hey, thanks very much.
We appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Let's look around the Big Ten. 3 big games this weekend. Top-ranked Ohio State heads to 17th-ranked Illinois. That's on Big Noon on Fox. At 2:30, top 10 matchup in Eugene. These third-ranked Ducks host number 7 Indiana Hoosiers. And the nightcap, 15th-ranked Michigan, goes to the Coliseum to take on USC. We asked a survey question a little while ago. Nebraska on the road. Which of those Big Ten games are you most likely to watch? 37% say the big one at noon, and then 31% say Indiana at Oregon, which should be an incredible matchup. Going over the AP, Ohio State at 1, Oregon at 3, Indiana at 7, Michigan at 15, Illinois at 17. Of course, Penn State falls out of the top 25 after that loss to UCLA. All right, let's go take a look at the schedule really quick. We know 2 road games coming up, including the short rest, going to Minnesota, then coming back home for Northwestern to wrap up October. So back-to-back games, right? Back-to-back road games. We've talked about this in the past. Nebraska really hasn't been able to accomplish that back-to-back since all the way back to 2006. What's the biggest challenge in terms of that back-to-back of road games, going all the way out to Maryland and then Minnesota?
I just think the travel. I think you vastly underestimate flying and the wear and tear this has on your body.
You're big guys.
Yeah, you are. Yes, you get room, but it dehydrates you. It's just you're not comfortable. Just you get back at later times. It's just your rhythms, your routines is not the same. And then you get the short week.
Yeah.
You got to go do it again. And luckily that's a quicker flight than flying to DC. But it's just tough, man. It just throws you out of your routine, and you're not sleeping in your own bed.
Yeah.
You're not. It's different hotels. It's just everything's a little different, and you get one less day to prepare.
Part of my job on the show is to make Damon mad. Phone caller asked, when Raiola's getting pressured, do you think it ever crosses the coach's mind to put Latif in? I'm sorry.
It's a trap.
No, I don't.
No. Okay, Deb asked, let's look at whiteout. Has there ever been, you are a historian of the program, has there been a whiteout at Nebraska?
Not that I know. We've had blackouts, obviously
Sure.
redouts, but
Yeah.
I don't recall a whiteout.
There is no reason why you can't, right?
Well, you wouldn't wear white jerseys at home unless you made that declaration, but that's probably
Right, as long as they let you do it like, Penn State, obviously.
They've
Teams
done
like that.
stripe outs at PBA for basketball. Where
Oh, yeah.
the refs-
I've seen those.
Right.
Iowa does those too. Those are pretty cool. How do you think Nebraska's going to handle Maryland's pass rush? We know what they've been able to do this season.
Yeah. I mean, they got to get a little more creative, and I think it's twofold. It's picking up the pressures, right? I think they can handle a 4-man, 5-man rush. It's just you're bringing 5, 6 guys. The right guy's got to pick up the guy. You got to communicate. Back's got to fit in a certain way. I think they got to execute with Dylan, stepping up in the pocket a little better, having a little more sense of urgency, and getting the ball out of his hands. I mean, they got to help him out a little bit with the play calls. I think they'll handle it. They know it's coming, and I think they'll get it fixed. But everyone's got to be a little better, and if everyone's just a little better, I think it will be much more improved than we've seen the last 2 games.
This is from Bobby on the email. He asked about how open the wide receivers may be or not be. You're up in the booth, you're watching. He says it's hard to see from the TV coverage angles. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think they're open. We just talked a couple of times in the highlight package where they had the little check down to Emmett. They missed the over route in the back of the end zone. Guys are open, but I think it's, to Jay's point, you need everybody to do 1 of 11. Everybody's got to kind of do their job, whether it's backs chipping, whether it's hot routes, whether it's turning inside versus outside, and also letting it go as a quarterback. Like, it's seldom just one thing in pass protection, but receivers are open.
What do you think? This is another one. Why do you think that Rule hasn't used Harburg to come in and run some option?
Well, they have used Heinrich. I mean, he comes in the
was on a trick
goal line
play.
package, and he has a role. I mean, they know like the versatility he has, but look, I mean, they're going to do what they do with Dylan, and they have other options that they can utilize, and Harburg's one of those options.
Real quick, Tyson Terry. Thoughts about his future when he gets healthy and he can play next year?
Yeah, he can do a couple of different things. I think they're going to let him start on the defensive side of the ball. He's an all-conference caliber offensive lineman if he wanted to be. But he looks good. He's attacked the weight room. You don't have to worry about his competitiveness.
No.
He is a ultra tough kid too. He'll be somebody they can rally around.
You want to see some more touches for Isaiah Hunter?
Oh, 100%. I think every game situational. Dane didn't have his day, but Dane's had his days in the
And
past.
he's so tough. He's
Right.
just mean-spirited. Like,
He
He
is.
ran
he's
21.9 miles
He's
an
the
hour.
guy you want.
He's going to let you know.
He's got an attitude.
Yeah, he's going to let you know about it too. So yes, give him the ball more.
Burning question.
Will we see an improvement with Nebraska's protection up front? This will be a much tougher test, obviously, with what Maryland brings with his front 4. How will Donovan Raiola have his group ready?
How will they diversify the run game to continue Emmett's trek in terms of running the football?
Special teams again.
Yeah.
I know we brought up. DB tried to ask me a question about their kick game. Nebraska's gonna have a chance to get one in this game as well. Punt return or kickoff return as well. Hopefully, opening half or
Wouldn't that be
open the
some-
game.
wouldn't that be something?
Because obviously, if they're kicking off a lot,
That'd be great.
that's not a bad. That's not a good thing.
My burning question is, with Nebraska having a quarterback that's going to stay in the pocket, can they get a couple interceptions from him on Saturday?